Hi and welcome. It's really nice to be with you, and we're here to do the business, astrology, and probably the tarot together because there's not much happening in the skies, and I'm actually really pleased about that because most of us have had a pretty tough journey come the end of last year. But this is a great season for business. This is a fabulous season for business. I hope you've all gone in and seen the new video that I did for the sun moving into Aquarius, because that went into all of the detail about this season, and this is business season. This is a fabulous season. And that video will show you that it's all about the relationship between Aquarius and Capricorn, and it's an interesting relationship, but if you can harness it, it's a fabulous dynamic relationship for business. So the new moon in Aquarius on the 24th, and we also have the sun conjunct the new moon, and we've also got Ceres. Ceres is a dwarf planet. They argue about whether it's a dwarf planet or an asteroid, but let's just go for dwarf planet. It's very slow moving. It's going to be in Aquarius for quite a long time. The glory about this is it's all about our work on this earth. It's about fertility. It's about nuts and bolts. It's about growing our life. It's about creativity. And that's a fabulous planet, dwarf planet, to have in the sun in Aquarius for our business and for our new careers. I'm saying business and new careers because I know, having talked to a lot of you, that you are starting new careers and you're definitely tweaking your businesses. So that's all absolutely fabulous. So this is a really good time for groups, tribes, connections, partnerships, and new pursuits and new ideas. But it's all about the platonic. That's why it's so fantastic for business. All of the new relationships you're going to be wanting to get involved with, they're all about friends. And that's a wonderful aspect to have. It's quite an optimistic new moon because of the aspects of it, which is great. So that's been very nice, because for some of us, we've really been working and not necessarily feeling like we've been getting back the monetary rewards, but or in some instances the social accolades, and we've been working our butts off. But we'll start to see that come together. It's really building a big, beautiful momentum. Great time for dreaming big. And if you go and have a look at that video, we talk about Capricorn. Capricorn is there to support you, and that's great. And that's that earlier video I put up about the sun in Aquarius. There's a nice thing about also this particular new moon. We're going to be quite objective and a little bit of detachment. That's actually really needed. That's because it's being emphasized by the Capricorn influence. And the other only thing that I might give you a little hint about is we might be a little bit distracted by the new opportunities that are coming in, or what we see as new opportunities. And that might be a little bit hard for people who are working with us to comprehend, particularly if you're working with people and you're working on aspects of the old you and the old business. Now that you're getting distracted by the new you and the new business, that might be a little bit difficult for them to cope with. And you're really going to be chasing the unusual. It's going to be like that's going to catch your eye out of the corner of your eye, and you're really going to want to go and work with it. The other aspect is, for this next 2 weeks, you can expect a jump to action. So you can expect that some things that you've been musing over, all of a sudden they will concretize. You get up one morning and you go, that's it, this is what we're doing now. And you'll find yourself making these decisions, and they may appear quick decisions, but they're not really. You've been musing with it for a while and playing with it for a while, and it's now coming into being. And that's really good. And talk about musing with things for a while. I have been musing with things for a while to try and get my act together, to get the new products up for the business. And it's taking some time, so I'm just letting it take its time. When it's ready, it'll be ready, and I'll be ready, and that's going to be a really nice thing. The cards are jumping. I've got the Chinese tarot, and then I've also got the Celtic tarot. So I will work with that. No oracle cards today. The oracle cards are in the other sun reading that I did, the sun moving into Aquarius. So a lovely, 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 lovely month for us to really get centered and active. And of course, what comes up? Ace of Swords. I told you it was going to be a great time for thinking and being decisive and getting these new ideas. Ooh, now that's interesting. And then we've also got the Ten of Swords. So we're obviously going to be having lots of new ideas. Any thoughts in the past or thinking in the past that's bored us, we're just not interested in. It's all about leaving old behind and stepping right into the new. Now this is interesting because this also came up. We've got the 20, which is Confucius, which is balance. And I think that's also very, very nice. So it's going to be a time looking at that where our thinking, particularly in our business, we might not be as balanced as we like. But I think the reality is that we will be balanced. We'll be starting new. We'll be ending old. But like I said before, those people observing us, we're going to be a little bit surprised at the speed at which we're going to be wanting to make some changes. And not just the speed, but the absolute definition and clarification with which we're saying, no, this is what we're going with now. No, that was last year. That was the last how many years. This is how I see it now, and this is how we want to go forward. So in actual fact, I think what this new moon is going to help us do is reframe a lot of our thinking and learning from the past, which is kind of cool. So let's see, because they're telling me one more. That's my spirits are telling me one more, and cards are just flipping and jumping. Now we had this again, so I love it. We had this with the personal. It's the Fool. So it's a lighter time. It's a time to be very trusting of us and our instincts and our thoughts. And it's a time to let go of a lot of things that have been holding us back and just to move forward. And I did one other card of that. And it's all about swords, isn't it? And the other card that came up was the Four of Swords. And this is also, which is interesting, a rest. So you can see the process as it's coming up. We're going to be a lot of new ideas coming into play. We're going to be literally throwing away a lot of the old thinking and old ideas. We're going to reach, although it's going to seem a bit strange, we're going to reach a balance, and some things that we thought we might not be able to do or achieve, they're going to now come into focus, and you're going to feel like you are absolutely able to work with that. It's going to be a lot lighter, and some of the things that you're going to embark upon in the business context will be seen as a risk, because they will be quite revolutionary, they will be quite progressive, they will be quite new. That's the Aquarius. But you're no fool, and you're doing this in a nice, balanced, considered way, and that's to do with the influence of Capricorn from before. And underneath that is the Seven of Staves. So the Seven of Staves, you see they're choosing two to focus on that they're going to take forward. So this is a time when you're really going to be quite focused, and you're going to be seeking this balance, because you're definitely going to deserve it, one, and want it. And the balance you're going to seek, I think it's going to be a new equilibrium, which is kind of exciting. Now I'm just going to do some clarifiers, or some, which means another row of cards using the Celtic, and already I've got it upside down. Helps me if I have it up the right way, right? And let's see what the Celtic brings up. Okay. So under the Ace comes the Druid, and the Druid talks about instinct and getting messages from the divine. So really trust those thoughts that come snap into your mind. It's going to be literally like out of the blue, and you'll go, ah, yeah. It's going to be a lot of these, what I call aha moments. Things really concretizing for you and concretizing you in the conscious mind, which is fabulous. Okay. So let's have a look at what that old thinking that we're going to be throwing away. Let me clarify for that, please. Oh, now we've got a bit stuck because it's a big question. Okay, let's just see. I was waiting for it to come out and did you see it flop? Okay. So we've got the 10 of cauldrons as a clarifier, which is interesting for the 10 of swords. So what we're going to be throwing away and what we're going to be really clear about, and we're going to gain great clearness in this next couple of weeks, and this is to do with the new moon showing us and highlighting something in conjunct with the sun, so highlighting something, but also to do with these eclipses. What we're going to get great clarity about is what fulfills us. It's going to be what fulfills us and makes us feel valued, and what will give us the recognition that we desire. And that's really what the cups are about. So there's going to be a new awareness and a change, a great shift in how you see yourself, how you want to be recognized, what you value, and how you want to be valued in terms of your reputation and your business and all of those aspects. And that's going to come forward. Oh, look, and you've got a repeat of the 7 of Wands. Now, can you see the 7 of Wands? It's a victory card. Look how strong that person is up on the wall, holding that stave, holding that position, and look at all the growth. They've made a selection. We've selected this. I'm holding it firm. This is what I want to be pursuing now. This is what I'm keen on, and this is what we go for. And so that's 2 7. So that's great clarity. And that's a really wonderful thing. Okay, and we've got justice. So again, justice with the Fool. What a fascinating combination. So something that you've really been wanting to do, but you've been hesitant to do because you think it's a little bit maybe out there, or it's a little bit new, or a little bit experimental, or it's not how you thought it would be going forward. And you gave it away. It's coming back. You can choose that new thing or that old thing that you wanted that you gave up, because it's coming back. Now is the time. That's exciting. That's exciting. So when we say you're taking up something that from the past that you were interested in, or that you thought you'd like to do but didn't quite come together for you, or wasn't quite the time, it's the time now. And that's either because everything around you has moved forward, or you've grown and something has had the opportunity to change, or just because now you have the real skill set to be able to do it. But it's very exciting. So let's just get that last clarifier. It's the wish card. Rest. Your wish is coming. And look at the new moon. See? Look at the new moon. What a fabulous reading. So it's definitely time to really go forward with something. And this is the environment it's happening in. The Tower. There's a change happening. And it's a foundation change in how you think and how you want to be valued. And you are changing fundamentally something about how you've been doing business before. And it's arcing back to something you wanted to do to take forward. Now, what I want you to remember is with Capricorns, these eclipses, it's the end of a 10-year cycle. So there was something pre 2010, 2009, something pre that you were interested in, that you kind of thought you would like to do, and now it's there if you want it. What a beautiful reading. Okay. Take care, and I'll be back soon when the sky has got something to tell you. Okay. Take care.